Hi everyone, and welcome to the lecture on how to select a cane. Now, back here, this is the first cane I ever had. Got it when I first started taking cane foo, and it's a nice cane. I loved it. I had a lot of fun with it. It's made of hickory heartwood, hardest wood there is. Figuratively speaking, I mean, there's harder woods, but the hardest wood that you can get locally. This cane has a different configuration from one that I prefer. You see this hook here? I thought it was real nice because when you start to swing this little puppy, that's a good head thumper. But it has limitations, okay? And if you want to put your hand down on the shaft and hold it to strike, this becomes in the way. So I tried another one. This little beauty is made of aircraft aluminum. You aren't going to bend this sucker. It's like using an iron pipe. Anyway, but on this, you've got grips. I don't know if you can see them here. Little grips, engraving. The cut here. Now see this? You wonder why it's like that? Because when you hook, you want that sharp edge to come into somebody's neck. So if you do pull, they're going to come along. But these, to me, I don't like things that alert anybody about what I'm carrying. And the people out there, if they're anyway streetwise, they're going to know that there's combat canes out there and what they look like. So if they see something with grips like this, that's one little indicator. And I don't like to alert anybody that I'm carrying or have the ability to use a cane. Don't take away your edges because you need every little bit you can. The older you are, you're a little slower, you need all the edge that you can get. So it's nice. I would use it probably, but it's not my favorite one. This is my preferred cane, an ordinary cane. I got it from a feed store, a cattle supply place. I made it myself because I was dissatisfied with what I could find on the market. This is white oak, not as hard as hickory, but pretty close. It's got good weight to it. It's almost like a baseball bat. I mean, it carries some good weight. It has a hexagonal cross-section. It's 1 1/8 inches thick at its widest point. And these little hexagonal, they have little ridges. And those are nice contact points. A round doesn't have that. But a round one is just as good. But I like, matter of personal preference, I like to have the hexagonal cross-section. What I did is I went and took a Dremel tool. And on the crook here, I just ground down the ridges so that it was smooth because I like to spin. I like to spin a cane. And having those ridges on there gets in the way. Now when you're trying to determine a cane to get and how long it should be, normally what you'll do is you put it down by your side to the floor and you measure up to where it comes on your wrist. Now, if you're really injured and need to have a cane, that would be the height that you would use of the crook. However, in wanting to hold the shaft, I make it about 3 to 4 inches longer than up to my wrist. So if it's 30 inches up to here, I take it 33 inches, 34 inches, whatever suits you. And this is where it makes it real nice because you can slide your hand down. You can hold it like that, and it gives you flexibility of where to move. Easy. So, and if you'll notice, I don't have as sharp, I got 2 cuts here, one this way and then one this way. There's no fancy doodads on the end of my crook. The others, these combat ones, they have birds' beaks and all sorts of animal figures, snakes. It's nice, but boy, it's like telegraphing, hey, I got a combat cane, everybody. Stay away from me. And somebody's going to figure, well, I'm going to challenge that guy. He can't be that good. So then there goes your edge. But this, you take it, I've taken it everywhere practically in the world. I've been all over the world, but many places, enough to know that I can get through any airport security, any cruise line security, any security that there is. Because the only thing they're going to ask you for is, do you have a weapon in there? Let's put it through the x-ray machine and see. Because that's all they're looking for. TSA cannot challenge you if you have a cane. They can't ask you why you have that cane. Matter of fact, if they take this cane away from you, they're going to give you another one to walk through the x-ray. So, pretty good choice. And it only costs a few dollars, a little bit of labor, and you've got it made. Here's what they looked like before. When you get it from the cattle supply place, it looks like this. This is the same blank that I started with. You can see the difference. Okay? And you just take it, you make a cut, grind it down a little bit, then you take tongue oil. Tongue oil, glossy tongue oil that you can buy in a hardware store or Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever place you like to go to. You get that. What you do is you take, after you've smoothed this down and after you cut it and soften the edges, but you put about 6, 7 different coats, 8, whatever you like, whatever works for you, but at least 6 coats. And you take that tongue oil and you just put a glove on because this stuff kind of gets to your hands. And you just take and take a rag, pour the tongue oil in there, wipe it, hang it up to dry for 24 hours. The next day, take it down, take some 4-0-0-0 steel wool. Just, smooth it down a little bit, and put another coat on, repeat that process half a dozen or more times, whatever to get the shine that you like. A little bit of labor, a few materials, you got a good combat cane. This one up here, this was almost $200. This was about $150. So this, if you don't charge for your labor, you're probably looking at maybe $25 or so, just for the blank. You determine what you like. So, do-it-yourself canes at the in our bonus section of the lectures, you'll find a resource where you can go and get these. Try it. What have you got to lose unless you're klutz with all the tools and everything and can't cut a straight line? But if you do, so what? Maybe cut it a little longer, and that way if you make a mistake, you can make another cut. I mean, you got leeway in here. You got probably about that much leeway that you can work with, and so make the first cut a little longer. That's the most important part that you have to do is make those cuts. The other thing, you get a rubber tip. When you put a rubber tip on here, what I would suggest is if you can staple it in or nail it in, nail it. And then these tips, you can also get those at Walmart, Hospital Supply, eBay, whatever. This, I take shoe glue. You can go, and Walmart has it, make $4 or $5 a tube, and you just coat the end here, and that protects it. This thing will last almost indefinitely because nothing's going to wear, nothing on the side. It's just the end. So that's what I would recommend. Now you got yourself a good serviceable cane. Take it anywhere in the world. If you lose it, not a big deal. When you buy them, buy 2. Make a couple so you always have a spare. Actually, you're going to need 2 if you go into the advanced course because then you start working out with 2 canes. And that's the fun. So that pretty much concludes what I have to tell you about cane selection. The one thing I do want to tell you is about the grip, and you'll see that a little further at the end of this video, is mainly when you hold this thing, the swords, you use almost like a sword grip. Sword or a golf. But when you hold it, this cane floats lightly between these 3 fingers. It's guided by these, the first and thumb. And that's a sword grip. I mean, it's used by swords people. So, and it works real good. The one thing you don't want to do is when you're working out with this, don't put your thumb back here like this, because when you come back, your thumb is stopping it. If you hold it like this, you can go a lot further back and you're not going to bust your thumb. So, but that's the only caution there and advice I can give you. So thank you for watching this video and enjoy it. Enjoy the course. Good day.